So you spoke earlier about the difference between people being hospitalized for COVID and with COVID. Do
Yes.
you have a sense of how many people are perhaps hospitalized with COVID who then get sicker from that disease while they're in hospital? So perhaps they're hospitalized for something else and then they're tested for COVID, and then is their COVID getting worse? Are people getting sick or staying in the hospital with COVID in this context, or is it sort of just a incidental item?
Yes. Um, we have about 55% of the people that are in our hospitals for with the COVID that that are not there for their COVID, but it's something that was diagnosed at the admission. We know that if people stay a long time in the hospital, after 7 days, we measure the contamination with COVID. And of course, there's a number of people who get their COVID in the hospital. They can get it because they have a visitor who is infected or something like that. But there's a small number of these persons in our hospitals. Most persons are there not for COVID, but with COVID, and there are about 40% of the people that are really there for COVID. Either it's the only reason, or because they have, for example, a cardiac insufficiency that was that had become very bad because of the COVID. So I would say half and half now are there for COVID than with COVID. So it's important. It's important. It was not the case in the previous waves in 2020.
Sorry, can you hear me? Is the number of people being hospitalized for COVID rising?
For COVID, what?
Is it increasing the
Oh,
percentage?
okay. Uh, Now, yes, in the last 2 weeks, there were a little bit more people hospitalized for COVID than at the end of May, or at the beginning of June. But still, there are more people hospitalized with COVID than for COVID, even if the proportion of people hospitalized for COVID is increasing. That's normal.